The NFL coaching ranks are always a topic of debate, but recently one notable snub has raised some eyebrows in the football world. Kevin O'Connell, the reigning NFL Coach of the Year, was left out of a list of the top 10 returning head coaches. That's right. Despite his impressive track record, O'Connell was not included in Pro Football Focus analyst Dalton Wasserman's recent rankings of the league's best. How could this happen? Is O'Connell really that far down the list? Or has he been unfairly overlooked? Let's dive into the numbers. O'Connell, the head coach of the Minnesota Vikings, has posted a 34-17 regular season record over his first 3 years, which works out to a .667 winning percentage. For context, that puts him in elite company, behind only Andy Reid, Nick Sirianni, and Matt LaFleur when you look at head coaches with more than one season under their belt. So why isn't O'Connell in the top 10? Now, we're not saying that his winning percentage alone should automatically vault him past established coaching giants like Sean McVay, Mike Tomlin, or John Harbaugh. These guys have been doing it for years and have a proven track record at the highest level. But let's be real. When you're talking about the top 10 head coaches, there's room for O'Connell somewhere in that mix, right? At least between 6 and 10. So why does he get left out? It's important to note that O'Connell has been winning with a revolving door of quarterbacks. Think about it. In just his first 3 years as head coach, he's had to manage 5 different starting quarterbacks: Kirk Cousins, Jaron Hall, Josh Dobbs, Nick Mullins, and Sam Darnold. Each of these players has been under center at least once during O'Connell's tenure. In 2022, he guided the Vikings to 13 wins with Cousins. In 2023, after Cousins went down with a season-ending injury, O'Connell kept the team in playoff contention, even though the quarterback room was far from stable. And then in 2024, he pulled off one of the most impressive coaching feats of his career, winning 14 games with Sam Darnold at quarterback, a player who many had written off as a bust. That 2024 season was the one that earned him the AP Coach of the Year award, making him the first Vikings head coach to win the honor since the legendary Bud Grant in 1969. But here's the thing. O'Connell has yet to win a playoff game. Sure, that's a notable knock on his resume, but it's also worth acknowledging that he's made the playoffs in 2 of his first 3 seasons, which is a solid start for a young head coach. The future looks bright, even if the postseason success isn't quite there yet. Now, if we're being honest, I'd place O'Connell ahead of some of the names that Wasserman has in his top 10. Take Dan Campbell, for instance. Sure, Campbell has turned around the Detroit Lions, and he's an emerging star in the coaching ranks. But does anyone really believe he can sustain that success without offensive coordinator Ben Johnson by his side? Campbell has a lot to prove, and his spot in the rankings might be premature compared to someone like O'Connell. And then there's Kevin Stefanski, the head coach of the Cleveland Browns. Now, Stefanski is certainly a capable coach, and yes, he's won 2 Coach of the Year awards. But let's not forget, his overall record sits at a modest 40-44. That's not exactly a glowing track record for a top 10 head coach. O'Connell has done more with less, and his consistency in a tough division like the NFC North should count for something. The Vikings clearly believe in O'Connell. They signed him to a lucrative 5-year contract extension this offseason, a vote of confidence in his ability to lead this franchise to new heights. For a team that has had its share of close calls in the postseason, they believe O'Connell is the man who will eventually bring them their first ever Super Bowl win. This type of belief in a young coach doesn't come easy, but it speaks volumes about the direction they're heading. O'Connell has shown that he's capable of handling adversity, adapting to different quarterbacks, and still getting the most out of his team. The Vikings are on an upward trajectory under his leadership, and while he may not yet have the postseason success to match his regular season record, it's clear that he's on the right path. So let's take a step back and think about what really makes a great coach. Is it just the wins, the championships, or is it the ability to develop talent, manage personalities, and get the most out of players, even in tough circumstances? Kevin O'Connell may not have a Super Bowl ring yet, but his body of work is impressive, and it seems like it's only a matter of time before he's truly recognized among the NFL's elite. What do you think? Should Kevin O'Connell be in the top 10? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more sports breakdowns like this one.